Hey trappers, it's been a while since I made a video and put it up on YouTube, and I'm starting to get a lot of subscribers on my channel. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. So I thought, well, I better get some new content up there, and had a couple things I wanted to discuss. First of all, everybody who came up to me at the PTA State Rendezvous and thank me for doing this channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everybody that bought lure, t-shirts, hats, and whatnot. I actually got some leather patch trucker hats made and sold some of them at the PTA Rendezvous, and guys and girls really seem to like them a lot. I sold quite a few of them. They're pretty sharp. I just got these a couple days ago. Try to get closer to the camera. These are a wool winter type hat with a stylish leather patch on them. I wanted this hat for myself, but I figured I might as well try to sell a few too when I go to these trapper shows. I like a ball type cap with a brim when I'm fox trapping, because if I go before daylight, I have a little light that clips onto my brim. I don't need a real big headlamp for what I'm doing. I'm pretty close to the truck, so a small lightweight light is really all I need to remake a set. And like I said, it clips to the brim of my cap, so this way I can wear a warmer winter hat and not get a cold head and have a place to clip my light to. So I'm pretty happy with this style hat. I'm pretty excited about them. So what I wanted to talk about today is, I just wanted to do a little bit of a talk on my theories about gland lure, and particularly red fox gland lure. As many of you know, I take all the glands from my foxes and make it into lure. And I sold quite a bit this last year. But I just wanted to show you the consistency. I mean, yeah, it's semi-liquid, but I like a red fox gland lure. Very creamy, well aged, with good urine as a small portion of the lure. I guess you could kind of describe it as old school, the classic style of gland lure that the trappers of yesteryear made. And I think a lot of the reason they made it that way is they didn't have available to them the preservatives that we have today. So what they needed to do was fully rot their glands down to make a gland lure. And most of them old time formulas call for glands, urine, maybe a little glycerin, but rotted, that the glands are fully rotted down, that they're at the point they're not gassing anymore, or that they could blow lids off lure bottles or whatnot. And that being said, I like that type of gland lure because A, I feel it gets a more intense reaction from a canine, and B, if I want to, that lure is creamy enough that I can mix it with urine and make a spiked urine type of deal. When I do that on my own trap line, I'll mix one part gland lure to 3 parts good quality fox urine. So that's a 4-ounce bottle. So I would put that 4-ounce bottle in a 16-ounce squirt bottle, and then add 3 parts good fox urine. And I say good fox urine because you hear this over and over again, but there's a lot of bad red fox urine on the market, and really for what some dealers want to pay for urine. I can see why it's bad quality. I don't sell any, but I wouldn't want less than, for sure, less than $50 a gallon, and I think that's too cheap. So, like I said, I feel a good aged gland lure gets you a more intense reaction from a canine. And another, I don't want to call it a myth or whatnot, but some guys are of the mindset that you only should use gland lure at flat sets or post sets or whatnot. And I'm going to show some Trailcam footage that I'm putting on YouTube. Some Trailcam footage of, I put a little bit of my gland lure out. I know there was a den of foxes this summer, but I've tested, gland lure on foxes for many, many years, and the reaction's always kind of the same. So I'm going to show those videos, just a couple short clips, and you take a look at it, and you can see what red fox's reaction to a good gland lure is. All right, in the first video, you saw what everybody obviously thinks happens when a fox approaches urine or a gland type lure. They sniffed it and they urinated. But if you noticed what he did in between, and also it showed in the second video, albeit it wasn't that long of a video, but you got the idea. Red foxes, most times with a good aged gland lure, will chin rub on it. And there's a big difference between rolling on a set, like we oftentimes happen with, say, coyotes and a real rank bait, where they shoulder rub and roll. Chin rubbing from foxes, in my opinion, is a very, very positive reaction to a lure. And the reason that is when we make a dirt hole set, goes back to why I believe gland lure has its place at all types of sets, especially dirt hole sets. When we make a dirt hole set, the number one we want the animal to do is shove their nose down that hole, and that's what they naturally want to do. So if they do that and their instinct is to chin rub on the lure that would be down that hole, it's going to put more footprints over the pattern and give you a better chance of connecting. So that's one thing. I do put urine on the backing when making a set, most of the time, not all the time. But when I use gland lure, it goes down the hole because I want that chin rubbing, face rubbing reaction in the hole, because my hole is my guide. When I make a set, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking where I want that trap to be placed so that when a fox sticks his nose down the hole, his foot should be placed on the pan. So yeah, like I said, I just a little bit ago I put that camera and that lure out just to try to get a little bit of footage, just to make a YouTube video here, and I wanted to plug my new wool hats. Figured it wouldn't make a long enough video just to show the gland lure deal quick, but like I said, I just wanted to make a video for you guys and girls, to show you what I feel a good gland lure, the reaction a fox will do to a good gland lure. And like I said, I like it well aged, thick and creamy, but not chunky. You know, so you can mix it with urine, it'll still squirt out of a bottle. And you know, you like, you know, your good gland lures are going to be tannish brown color. If they're really red or dark, I'm not saying they're bad, but there's probably a lot of liver in there as filler. And you know, that's the color that it really should be. And you know, sometimes it'll be a little lighter, sometimes a little darker, but it's going to be like a creamy tannish brown color. But you know, it's one thing, I don't want to go off a tangent about glands, but I took glands and ground them ready and put them in 2-gallon jars that were brand new and clean, set them right beside each other. They were touching each other, and they were from the same batch, and everything was mixed equally. And those 2 sets of glands in those jars were different colors, and they were the exact same product that went in. So like I said, it's just, it's not, you know, don't, if you buy a good gland lure from somebody, and the colors, you know it's a good lure, and the color might be different from season to season, it's not something to fret about. You know, there's a lot. I'm not just trying to plug my lure, because I really don't do mail order, not on a big scale. Just go to, you know, shows just to try to get rid of some of my personal glands. But there's some really good gland lures on the market. Jimmy Geffert, Night Owl Lures, he has a really good red fox gland lure. Mike Murray and Murray's Lures, he has a decent gland lure. There's a few other ones out there too. So, all right, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you like the content, please do that. And give me a thumbs up, give me a like if this video helped you out and got you to understand a little bit more how gland lure works.